Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. I'm Kelly Brickle. It's great to be here with all of you on a Friday. I mean, my goodness, Friday just comes at the speed of light. So, hello. Come on in, say where you're from, give a little love. We are going to be having the Psychic Hour talk and reading show. We do a combination sometimes. So we're going to be focusing on navigating spiritual solitude, and my guest is the lovely Jennifer Rose. So we thought that topic was timely of the holidays and how it's just needed to have a different angle and perspective. It's helpful. It's something that not everybody deals with. They don't deal with feeling maybe awkward or overwhelmed during the holidays. And some people just do. And for those who do, let's talk about it and let's make it more of a normal thing so we can actually start to comfort each other more, so more of our family and friends will actually show up, or we could actually build communities instead of hiding in our houses. Let's just talk about some real topics. I know it sounds odd, but we'll be talking about that, like sensitivity, compassion for our feelings, and honoring others at the same time, where we can collectively have that conversation rather than prioritizing just the most sensitive person in the group. So it goes, in multiple directions. But let me say hello. So hello, Christine Campbell. Hello. Hello, Kim Princess. It's great to see you. From Scotland. Oh gosh, I want to go to Scotland. I gotta travel. I've been traveling in the States, but I gotta travel internationally. Manifest. Hello, Jennifer McCormick. Hello. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, beautiful Evelyn. Hello, Michael Christopher with your shenanigans. Jennifer saying hello in the comments too. Jennifer, time is moving fast. November did go in a blink of the eye. It feels like November was 2 weeks ago. I mean, the start of November. That's what I'm trying to say. The start of November. Hello. Hello, Kathy Grange. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Yvonne from Liverpool. Hello to all the UK people out there. Hello. Zotil. I should be able to say your name. It's beautiful. Let me know how to say your name. Your last name is Salas. I love it. Kazich. I want to say it like Kaz or Wa. For the Y, the X is a W sound, is it? I'm always fascinated with words and languages. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Bernadette. It's great to see you. Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie. Hello, Laura from Hull. Where is Hull in the UK? Where is that? Blink of the eye. Hello, Rose. Sochi. I think that is it. Sochi. Shochi Salas. Sochi. Okay. All right. I'm having help from Kim. Thank you. I need to learn so many different names. Thank you for teaching me. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Kelly Ann. Nice to see you. Hello, Crystal Lee. Hello. X is an S. T silent. Sochi. Okay. It's north. North? Where is it? Hull? You say it's north. Hull. I know it's in the UK, but where is Hull? It's in England. Yeah. Is it like Yorkshire, England, then around? I'm learning. Okay. So, yes, we're gonna talk. We definitely will be entertaining the comment section. So if you have personal stories or things that come up as we're talking about spiritual solitude and the holidays, please join in the conversation. And we'll also be doing readings towards the end. So it is a combination of things, and we welcome you to participate. Without further ado, then, I am going to invite Jennifer on in. She's smiling. I see her backstage. Big smiles, Jennifer. She's dancing now. Here she is, Jennifer Rose.
Who, me? Be silly? Hi, everyone.
The hand waving's always fun.
If you haven't figured it out, I'm a little eccentric.
Eccentric
Hi,
is
Kelly.
good. It's
Thank you.
absolutely.
Hi,
Hello,
Christine.
Jennifer.
Hi,
Hi.
Jeffrey.
So, um, people know you, definitely from Embracing Infinity, from Fashionably Spiritual. We're just talking about Sacred Spiral Network stuff. My goodness, messages from the Enchanted Realms, and you'll be continuing your pursuits with some shows going forward in the new year. Like you love sharing and broadcasting, and you love it.
Who, me? I know. Kim's like, change of clothes. Yes, I did a costume change, Kim.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's funny because sometimes it's not needed other than for fun, but sometimes it truly is needed
It's the
as a
vibe. Yeah.
positive
It's the vibe that you're kind
energy.
of wanting to feel with the energy you're wanting to create. So yeah, absolutely. So yes. I am looking forward to some new things to share with everybody next year too. I'm very excited about that too. So yes, it's very fun to share with everybody.
I agree. So more stuff coming for Jennifer. But let's get down to it. I have definitely down Jennifer's information with all her wonderful offerings, spiritual services that she has bi-weekly every Sunday, her website if you'd like a reading from her. And also, we have an event coming up um, on just like a week and a half from now on the 13th in Tustin in person in California. So I guess I'll pop that up too as well. Um, the holidays are busy. They
They are.
are.
It's
Where are we?
always it's a mad rush for mediums and healers this time of year. We all just get really busy, and then hopefully we can then just kind of drop after that and hibernate. But last year we didn't get to do that. It was just full speed ahead. There was no break, and everybody repeated the same thing. We're all like, what happened to the break, the slowdown? There was none. So we'll see.
There was no break, it felt like, and it's been a busy year too as well. It's interesting. So let's start it off. I mean, it's funny. Jeffrey says, "Yay, solitude." Is that how we feel about this conversation? Do we feel yay solitude? Are we sad that we're isolating or that we need to heal and we're protecting our energy? Do we feel good about that? Do we feel sad about that? How do we feel about that, everybody?
Yeah. Solitude can be a good thing. Absolutely. It can be a much wanted, much needed thing. But I know you and I were kind of having a conversation a few weeks ago, which kind of prompted us to do this, to have this conversation, is that there is a flip side, as is everything that, we live in a realm of this side and that side and everything in between, and everything gets very paradoxical. But there is a flip side that, on a, 3D level, like, people can get very lonely this time of year. They may be missing their loved ones, or they may not have a lot of connections around them, and wishing they did. That's a thing. We've got, the homeless to think of as well. But there's another kind of, solitude or loneliness, which is also spiritual. For some people, like as we're going through navigating the spiritual awakening process, right? There's going to be periods of isolation that your higher self or your soul will take you into, hence the dark night of the soul. And this is deep spiritual loneliness where you feel very disconnected from everything, maybe even including God. That happens, that's normal. And that's a very difficult thing to go through. Fortunately, it's followed up by usually reconnection, and a leveling up in your awareness and your expansion and your consciousness. And that feels pretty wonderful too, right? But for us in the spiritual community, we also have to navigate trying to kind of live in both worlds. And so it's not easy, being around people or with people that don't understand you. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's families, maybe it's coworkers. And then the more we go down this path, and it can get a little harder. And then, as I know I may be jumping ahead a little bit, but then as you go even further down the path, it can be hard to connect with people who are also on the path, but on a different stage of it too. And then you deal with a whole nother kind of feeling of disconnection and loneliness. And the biggest paradox is, sorry, everyone, is that sometimes the more you come into the oneness, the more actually disconnected you can feel from the one in the oneness too. So, and people don't expect that to happen. We talk about we talk about enlightenment, we talk about coming into, it's all one, it's all love. But sometimes when you get into that space and everybody else or most people aren't in that space, um, it strangely and paradoxically can feel very lonely again. So it's worth talking about, because I have a feeling a lot of people can relate to what that's like. So I kind of like broke it down into some different levels and different stages, but it's not an easy thing to go through.
No. Hello,
Yeah.
Nancy. Nancy's
Hey,
giving
girl.
love. Hello, Jess. Hello, Kweezy,
Hi, Jess. Hi,
Bernadette,
Kweezy.
and Roseanne. I think that the whole thing is like, do we have connection? And, people love mediumship and psychic readings because they're like, can you really connect to me? Can someone really connect? Like, is it possible for even us to understand? Does empathy exist? Like, does it all mean something? Like, do I just have any existence outside of myself? And so you get to, through a person, experience that you're not alone, that they really can connect, that spirit is real, that spirit is connecting to you all the time, that spirit is loving and watching over, you're not forgotten. And that's what we all really want, because whether we're isolated and we feel happy we're connected to ourselves, or we are in a room with family and we feel disconnected, um, it doesn't really matter sometimes what the external is. It's like, what's going on the inside? Because if someone around you isn't able to, I guess, naturally let you be you, or make you even feel like more disconnected, I think those are important conversations, and we have to harness and protect our health. Some of this is just like a health talk, and it's spiritual health as well as
Hmm.
physical.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with everything you said there, Kelly. Yeah. And on top of that, holiday grief too. So that's all very human, and that's something that we'll all share too. But then if you're on the spiritual path, that gives you a whole nother level to think about too, being careful sort of like what you say, and and things like that, because not that you should make yourself any smaller or make yourself any less, but sometimes to navigate the 3D world, when you've gone down the spiritual path for a while, there is some consideration of others as well too. And for me, because you and I do this work almost nonstop, Kelly, so we're in our higher selves a lot of the times, and really not, operating from that part. It is kind of nice to have a percentage of the time just to be human, just to be human. And sometimes having human people around you that maybe aren't on the path actually are a good remedy or a good thing to have around too, even if it feels awkward. But allow yourself a chance, because we didn't come here to earth or to this earth reality or this earth experience to escape it. We came here to live it and to make the best of it. And so we can, yes, we can be in this world, maybe not of this world, but still connected. And I think that I've been doing this for a while. I've been through a lot of transformation. And if spirituality doesn't connect us deeper with humanity, then I think something's gone missing. It's so great to be um, connected up in the ethers. We all love it. It's fabulous. It feels so magical. But if we're not connected to our fellow souls here, then something feels off. Something starts, getting a little shaky on my end. My truth button starts going, you know. So yeah.
I think there needs to be a better normal for the world. And I think that's why so many people are embracing being odd. Before
Mhm.
it was more odd, and now it's more just like normal. Like if you're normal, something's like, the conversation is up for something's maybe wrong with the person who's normal because they're okay with how things are. And how things are is not working for a lot of people. A lot of people in
Right.
relationships, a lot of people in jobs, and or having a house, having a home, having friends, having a community, having their health. It's bonkers. It's bonkers out
Hmm.
there, and we have glimmers of hope, but a lot of things are rallied through these groups of people rather than like this is a norm and this is what makes someone healthy, and like let's like really protect that. I wanna go to the comments, Jennifer, because,
Hmm.
there's some really, really, important and sweet
Ah, Kara
and
Bonafilio is here. Hi, Karen. Yeah.
Karen, hello. Hello,
I
Karen.
know. There's our girl
Hello,
Karen.
hello.
Hi,
I
love.
wanna Hello, Karen. I wanna go to
Karen's on the
Bernadette.
Sacred Spiral Network too. Yay.
Shout out. Sorry, I was mid-thought with Bernadette, but, yep, she's on the Sacred Spiral Network. Everybody check her out. She, broadcasts her show, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys, and that happens on Monday and Wednesday at 4 a.m. Pacific, and then she goes live once a month on Saturday, and that's with Nico, and I think she's been wanting to do more lives, so her show is really,
I'm gonna do one.
um
I'm gonna do a live with her next year.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's shaping and evolving, I love it,
Mhm.
I love it. So, shout out to Karen. Hello, Karen. Okay, so Bernadette, um, I've been spiritually starved and homeless for a long time. Being part of communities like this is amazing. It is feeding my soul and reminding me of my soul's mission. Thank you both and everybody. Thank you, Bernadette. My
Thank you,
goodness.
Bernadette. Yeah.
I know, and please share, and there's some other comments from Bernadette I'm gonna go to as well. I know that when I was learning about, my sensitivities and I didn't know really what's going on, I needed a lot of isolation time. I needed a lot of time to, like, write and meditate, and my body didn't feel normal, and I would get overwhelmed when I was around people, so I spent a lot of time in my house alone. I did, and it was comforting to me, and I would listen to Sacred Spiral didn't exist, but I would listen to like Hay House Radio, or I would read a lot of spiritual books from the different authors. And that gave me an immense amount of comfort. And it really does make a difference because when we are changing, we have to kind of have a goal of where we're going. And if it doesn't exist around us, like if our friends or family aren't doing it, we go, what's the point sometimes? Like, what's the you need somebody that's going through it too, or has been there, or believes about the other side, no pun intended, the other side of all this craziness.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're right on too. And um, it's okay to be human and spiritual too. It's like, it's okay to know who you are, know who you really are, and understand maybe the illusionary aspect of this world, to understand that you are an aspect of the divine, in motion. And but that can also separate you from others. And so we're learning how to navigate different awarenesses, a more immersed awareness and then a more zoomed out perspective. But you said something very key, Kelly, is that things are bonkers and they're not working. And we have a lot of ancient divine wisdom, and new wisdom, and a lot of that will tell us, and we will have these awarenesses that come to us when we're in a very high vibration or in a very high frequency, that will remind us how beautifully connected everything is around us. I mean, I've seen it, I've been there, I've been into that uh, cosmic grid where you can see how divinely orchestrated everything is, and that's beautiful. But what else don't we know? And it's like there's this paradigm shift, and it's like I can almost see it in my awareness right now. There's this paradigm shift that we can, I think everybody's starting to touch on and feel is needed and hopefully coming sooner than later, that will help to fill in the gaps of spiritual wisdom, because merely saying everything's connected and it's all good doesn't necessarily change the existing paradigm. And um, there's a need to say, what else don't we know? And let's find out and see if we can now all collectively work towards creating that. And I know we talk about that in different language already, but I feel like we're getting into something a little bit more tangible. So I'm very happy to be feeling into that, because I think everybody wants that, or a lot of people want that. Crazy is more fun than normal, absolutely. Too.
Well,
Um,
most times.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want someone coming at me with an axe. That was a bad
yeah.
joke. That was a horrible joke.
I
But
know. Yeah,
I just, yes, I agree. I think, right. Exactly.
yeah.
Hello, Heidi. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Hi, Heidi. Good to see you, my love. The other thing that I wanted to share too is one thing recently I've come into is that you've heard of, the scientists discovered this primordial hum, and it's this sound that the universe kind of made upon the Big Bang, right? And it reverberated out. And if you go back with your scientific instruments and equipment, they can hear it. They can tap into that hum. But this hum is not just a sound, it's a force of creation that's come out, right? And within that hum is this flow of emotion, of energetic emotion too. And it's very interesting because it includes that, the frequency of separation, because where we came from before that, what's behind that is now separating itself, in a sense, figuratively out and expanding. But within that frequency is also the other frequencies of emotions, right? And so there is this, especially if we want to go back in time to when this all began, or even when just Earth began, there is a grief that we are all tapped into, that has collectively um, built up over time, over thousands and thousands of years, since, let's just talk about Earth, just to keep it a little more concrete, since the beginning of the Earth. And us spiritual folk, is the more empathic we get and the more we move on the spiritual path, can start to tap into that feeling. And that's one of the reasons why we're like, this is so hard, this feels so lonely, this feels so sad, right? The good part is there's also other frequencies that we can tap into also, like primordial joy of, wow, look at this amazing beauty. We can tap into that too. And so we're moving along all of these frequencies that our spiritual self is wanting to experience. And as we kind of go up and down with our own frequency and vibration, which is normal because we're human and we're spiritual and we're doing all these things and having all these experiences and going through the expansion and contraction, right? We can tap into that. And it's hard. So I feel like one of the things we can explain or demonstrate for everybody is that when you're in a dark night of the soul, or when you're feeling something that feels more than you, like there is a collective frequency of this grief, of this loneliness. And the good part is we like solitude sometimes. We like the
Mhm.
sadness sometimes. We like moving into the sadness and the like melancholic feeling of music and so forth. And so we can find the beauty in that, which is, the beauty and wrapped up in a package there too. But can we create a future paradigm shift big enough that can help to soften that one stream? Does that make sense?
I think so. I think so. I think it's all about our consciousness expanding. And before I kind of made like a bit of an abrasive joke, like, I'm okay with crazy as long as it's not going to like harm me. So I kind of made it like a joke, like, I don't want somebody coming at me, right?
Well, of
With
course. Yeah.
like, right, right. But that's what it is, because it's like crazy what we used to know, and like us going through the spiritual madness or the spiritual awakenings,
Mm,
or we're trying to understand ourselves and what's normal. I mean, that all is from a place of what we now know is just there's nothing wrong with being different. Like literally the universe needs diversity, like, and does that with evolution
hmm
naturally. It's just like the only thing that's, I think, truly crazy now is someone else getting harmed? Are we harming ourselves? Like, we're all connected, like, we don't need to harm ourselves in order to, I mean, I know it's a part of the human experience, but we're, like, actually maturing out of that in the human experience. It's just
hmm
taking time, and it's painful that it's taking so much time.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very painful that it's taking so much time. And this is when I also believe that as we keep moving kind of up the ladder of our expansion or our consciousness, is that, like I said in the beginning, is if it doesn't make you more connected to humanity, something feels like it's missing to me. And that's my perspective. And if you don't agree, totally cool. But um, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought because this is like it's all
Is it
like it's
connected
all
to
like
humanity, you said? You said,
it's
is it
all
connected
it's all gel. Yeah, it's all gelled up there. So um,
to gelled up
uh,
there? I like that.
it's
I like
all
the
yeah,
word.
it's gelled up there, and so I'm trying to like pull the. I'm kind of channeling half of this, so I'm trying to like pull it into language right now too. And so okay, so you were talking about
I all of a sudden I'm visualizing a Jello
yeah.
mold for the holidays.
We were talking about crazy and not doing harm, right? Is that what we were talking about? Crazy and like not doing harm. Is that correct? Is that what we were talking about? Okay. So,
We're, yeah, anything,
right,
right? We're moving
right,
away from harming ourselves and each other, and
right,
that's the
right.
new crazy.
So, if our spiritualism isn't making us more connected, there I go, I've got the thought back, more connected to humanity, something feels like it's missing, right? um, and thus, in addition to, if spirituality isn't making us feel a deeper amount of responsibility to be the best that we can be, for ourselves and for each other, something feels missing too, because the more conscious we get, the more present we need to be. The more conscious we get, the more present we need to be. And for some, it seems to be the opposite. I'm more conscious. I'm actually then more non-present, non-local. But I think we need to harmonize that and balance that out, because all of that doesn't help all of this as much as being here and then coming into a very grounded bodily, expanded flow of where now you can really make a difference. It's like if we volunteered to come into this reality matrix, avatar, whatever you want to call it, well, let's just make it better, right? Let's just make it better. So that now gives us responsibility to take care of the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and that around us as well too. So avoiding life isn't okay anymore. Now we have a responsibility to be present. So and this, I do feel, if we can reach a critical mass of this, then we can get that the shift that we're all talking about, we're all wanting, we're all feeling it coming. But if we really want it to be here, like in our lifetimes, we have to be here. So
It's just
thank you
like
for
that for
letting me share that.
no, hey, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's a collective consciousness rising. Neil Donald Walsh has talked about this.
Yeah.
I wish I could sum up what he said. It's in my head. It's been a while since I've kind of
Yeah.
heard it, but it's like when the need for suffering is no longer there, like humanity can rise past a certain point, and he was identifying that with personal suffering, and also this, especially the suffering of what we do to one another, because we think about why
Right.
we always ask the question, why is there evil on earth, or why did my loved one have to pass, like what is the point of all this? And so if we can start kind of tackling the stuff that we do on earth,
Right.
more of those unexplainables of like, why do we even come here, and why do we have to lose our loved ones? Maybe we can start to understand that too, but we can't even understand the stuff that we do here. And it's loco. And again, that's not human,
It's
human
local, non-local, loco.
it's loco. And yeah,
Right.
there's not non-local reasons why we're right for all. It's very quantum physics-y. um
Yeah. Yeah. And
it,
we
go
all
ahead.
accept spiritually that suffering is necessary for growth. And that, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying, is that the only way? And I think a lot of us are saying, is that the only way? Because, like, so does that make us then ambivalent to abuse, to what happens just to children on this earth, let alone everybody else and all of the other things. And I understand spiritually that we are in a dualistic framework that includes a lot of different energies that want opportunity to be expressed. But there are ways to learn to work with those energies that don't actually harm people. And that would be very helpful if more of that kind of education and information got out too. And I feel like we're kind of babies in that. But could there be another way? It's not the middle path. It's not that. It's not this or that or in the middle. It's just something else. And
It's just something.
just something
I
else.
just, how can I put it?
Yeah.
I think we harm people all the time unintentionally. Can we just kind of really be more conscious with the intentional part? Like, can we be more conscious with the intentional part? Because people are legitimately suffering. And I mean, like, I've had encounters with family where, I've said the wrong thing, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much damage just saying the wrong," and I had no intention of even harming them, right? I just was
Right.
like, "Sure, like, here you go. Here's like, I'm trying to think, like, I had it's coming up, so I'll just talk about, I had a moment where I had a cousin, and my cousin was going through things like this, like some spiritual solitude. This is a long time ago. Like, this is like over 10 years ago. And they really didn't want to be around people for the holidays, and they were really, really like shy with interacting with other family members because they were just going through it. And like, me and my cousin, we had a good relationship, and they were the only person that I think I was the only person, excuse me, that they were like kind of willing to talk to. And at one point, a family member wanted to talk to them. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, knock on their door. I don't think it's going to do any harm. It will show them that you care. Well, as soon as I made that recommendation from one of my family members, like my cousin who I had the really good, relationship that they trusted me, they're just like, how could you recommend that they knock on my door? That's the worst thing you could do. So it's like, it
Oh,
was a Oh, yeah, yeah, it was a whole
yeah,
thing, it was a whole thing, and I remember being really tired that day, and if I wasn't tired, I could have caught the empathy of, "That cousin didn't want that," but I didn't catch it, and all of a sudden it was like,
right,
okay, my action did more harm than good, even though it was the most innocent, like, just simple interaction, and that happens all the time. The innocent things we do, like, snowball into different things, and I know, like, especially with families, like moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, like, they're not gonna be, uh, like, "Let me tailor make my life for you." Like, "Let me have extreme empathy." Like, that happens with some relationships, sure. But, like, there's all these things happening, and so, like, an individual would show up and just feel so disconnected from a family or family member, and so alone from a lot of, I think, innocent things due to lack of consciousness. In that moment, I was not conscious of what would have been a better decision for my cousin, even though I was very locked in to loving my cousin and very locked into my cousin's preferences. I missed that moment, and it created a chasm in between us and the family. Such a small innocent moment, and it's like we're we have to kind of, see if we can have conversations with our loved ones if there are things that come up, rather than retreating. And sometimes we know we can't have those conversations, and that's really sad.
right,
And right, like it's a matter of, can this person evolve?
right.
It's complicated.
It is, and in your case, you were just trying to help, and so you understand that like actions, even if there is no harmful intention whatsoever, and there are a million circumstances around it, still do have consequences, right? And we try our best to navigate the right amount of responsibility, because if you were like going to make yourself feel like a piece of shit because you did that, that would be like way over responsibility for that. Like that would not be appropriate for you to go into like shame and blame, because that's so genuinely just trying to help, right? But there are several others that unconsciously would go into other energies that do create more harm, that aren't so innocent. They go into contemptuousness, or they go into entitlement, and there can be degrees of that, and sometimes people know they do it, and so then we get into people justifying their behavior, and then if we're spiritual, we've got the lingo to do it too, and that gets to be a little bit concerning. So where are we going to go with this? We have to take some personal responsibility, and that is where the good solitude comes in handy, so we can do some internal processing, and like I try to in the mornings at night, because that's when I'm kind of half tranced out before I sleep, and when I wake up, or if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm kind of half tranced out. So that gives me an opportunity to do my own inner reflections of what I'm trying to improve and grow and mature, and all of that too. And Karen is talking about the growth that we get through our obstacles. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's very true. It's has been true. Like we grow from our obstacles and from our journeys, and we overcome them, and we feel strong. Like there's no doubt that I am stronger today than I ever have been in my entire life. And a lot of that growth has just happened since I became a medium and went through a lot of transformation, but also had my life, changed around quite a bit and went through a lot there too. But the suffering necessary to get growth, I'm just offering, is there another way to learn besides that? In addition to that, there's another paradigm, another realm that we maybe haven't quite touched yet, right? We know from neuroscience that love heals. people, right? You and I shared a clip about that too. I think, Kelly, you found it over on social. And it's like when we give love to somebody, their brain heals. Their brain starts producing the right chemicals. Their brain starts rewiring, right? Their hormones change. And that's not through more trauma. That's through love and kindness and tenderness. I think about the healing we did an hour ago on the show where Kelly Eckhart was sharing some very vulnerable, traumatic things she went through in her life. And everybody in the comments was sharing theirs too. And it was like, just in making a space where we can all just talk about it and be open with it and share our hearts and what we went through. Like, wow, what kind of healing maybe did we create in that hour? I can't see it just yet, but I'm pretty sure it's there and a lot too, right? So, um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's people are talking in the comments about different types of like suffering and the things that we go through.
mm,
And so yeah, we're addressing like unintentional and intentional, definitely. So we're kind of just we're hitting the different points. But if you have something you'd like to share that was an unintentional or intentional hurt, where you were
mm,
giver or receiver, we're talking about how like can we all get along and can we like come together? Like is it possible? Because it does start with us. It really
yeah,
does. So I think Karen said something very profound. It says, it seems we write suffering into our journey for our growth, but it is for us to overcome, learn from, and grow. I do
yeah,
believe that it is encoded in the way we are human beings. Now, I think we can evolve and I think it can look differently, but uh yeah, a lot of people that's how they're living out the human experience. It's even how our brain is wired for some things. Like we process things in different states through suffering. um Stress leads to, in some people, more productivity,
hmm,
or it does create different options of existence. And unfortunately, it does involve pain, this path of grieving, suffering, being ostracized, being not understood. Um, the list goes on and on. Uh,
hmm,
but right, it is one of the facets of the human experience. We just really, really hope, and everyone hopes that um, we can be in those states and we're conscious enough to not have it permeate where it already is, even for, I'm not using the right word, but intense. I'm not using the right word. I think when you reach a certain level of your lesson, you can kind of choose. And again, we have to be conscious. So I have a lot of compassion for this, but I do think when we reach a certain level of our lesson, we can choose like kind of more self-harm or harm in other areas, or more self-healing or inviting healing in other areas. And a lot of us sometimes are so used to suffering or a facet of it, we don't know how to bring in the healing, even if we're ready for it.
yeah, yeah. And all of that is absolutely right. I'm just, and there's things we can't control. Like we can't control is, that we will all away. We're all going to physically die, not spiritually die, but physically die, right? And we can't control that. We can't control natural disasters to a point, because we know if we disturb the ecosystem, the environment, we may make these things worse. But we can't control that it rains. We can't control that we have earthquakes. We can't control that we have floods, right? Those things happen. There are certain things we can do to make them better or worse. Yes, right. But the level of suffering at from the hand of another or from the voice of another, um, from moving into energies unconsciously, that are very harmful to the psyche of another, right? That is something where I'm just saying, you know is that the only way? there's another way. But if we believe it and we want it and we agree to it and we're willing to work to create it by doing the inner work to clean up our part of the collective, but then also seeing what we can do outside of ourselves too, then what then becomes possible. um, I understand that, we have an archetype of a wounded healer. So that means you need a wound to open up you spiritually to become the healer. And this has been around for ages, right? And a lot of these wounds happen to children because they're destined to become a healer. And so, what I'm offering is there another way that we can become the healer, for example, and maybe not have such a great deal of suffering to get there. That doesn't
Yes.
mean you won't have to go through some lessons that are hard. But it seems like we may have tipped the balance, or we're not tipping the balance back the other way as much as we could. And it's hard to explain. And Jeffrey is right too, right? This primordial flow, the band of suffering that's within it, of grief and sorrow and sadness, now has a thickness to it. And I don't want to say it's wrong. What I'm saying is that we have the ability now to soften it, to balance it, to harmonize it with the other bands, right? And create a reality that's maybe beyond our collective imagination possible. How do we do that? I don't know all the answers to that yet. I'm just knowing what I'm seeing and what's being kind of given me to help me understand this.
But I think you're kind of already going there because it's like what we're conscious of is not a lot in the grand scheme of things. A lot of, and I'm just like
Mhm.
kind of validating you. There's like all
Yeah.
these configurating like lines and almost like bands of energy that connects us. And a lot of psychics and mediums observe that.
Mhm.
And we're just like, we're all touching and pressing
Mhm.
upon each other. Can't the energetic dynamics change? And the more I do feel like we are aware of energy, I think we're going to be able to change a lot. Sensitive people, when they see hurt and harm, they go, "Oh, that really hurts. That's not a good idea." Um, and I'm going to put it, or how can I put this? People who are sensitive to information, they will see quickly too as well. That outcome only leads to suffering. If I can choose different, I will. You have to have a clear mind to have that. You have to have a clear heart in order to say, I don't want this feels wrong. Or you have to have, something within you clear has to be
Mhm.
working. You can't be inundated by the ways of the world and other people around you. But that's how we avoid it because honestly, I know a lot of people, and in some areas of my life included, definitely. I don't have to have even something directly happen to me, and I just go, I'll make sure I'll number like that. Like I've seen something play out with friends or family, and I just go, I have felt and seen the result of their suffering or what they've done to me. Like I didn't have to experience that
Mhm.
lesson. Like, I saw it, or even on TV through an archetype of a character. Oh my god, that character's story is just hit a light bulb with it, like, it ignited a light bulb. I'm gonna make sure I don't do
Mhm.
that. I'm so glad I saw this. And people who are sensitive, sometimes it's just like they'll be like, "Why are you so sensitive? How could that possibly hurt?" Well, the tiny minuscule like ripples an incredible amount of information where that is hurting them so much. The little small thing where it would take all this to hurt somebody to even make an impression. So it's like the amount of energy and what we're working with, I think we're evolving to not need as devastating results to get certain types of energy. I really, really believe that. And the last thing I'll say, just really quick, and I want to hand it over to you, Jennifer, is like they have seen just with brain scans of people. So like parents that fight a lot, like every day or very often, the brain scan of a child is similar to a brain scan of a child who's been in a war zone. So on the outside, that looks like a completely different type of suffering. I mean, one's in a war zone, one gets, fed and clothed every night, and I could go on and on and on. But the brain
Hmm.
scans are similar, or even in some cases, the same. So,
Yeah.
what we understand as trauma and how things affect and how we can, like, yeah,
Hmm.
we have to start thinking like that.
Right. Because that poor child's brain is now being flooded with cortisol consistently, right? And that's a lot to heal. That's a lot to put on one human being to heal.
It is.
And that's just fighting, you know?
It is. It is.
There
Everyone's
is,
comments. Go
yeah.
ahead. Jennifer.
I was just saying, can we accept that we live in a realm of duality and that we have the darkness and the light in us all? And there are ways to use the energies that don't harm people. So, music, for example, you know, heavy metal music. That's a good way to work with the energy of anger and frustration and rage, right? Those band members, some of them may be, if assuming they're not on substances, right? They may be actually more individuated and balanced and kinder people than another person who looks picture perfect on the outside, and you don't know what's going on the inside of their reality, if that makes sense, because they're trying to emulate a certain persona that makes them look so perfect, right? And so we have to think about this, and so our unconscious energetic awareness is an issue. When what was Jeffrey saying? I want to Jeffrey's so wise, so I want to give him a chance on the floor here. When the mercy touches me, I might turn and respond and discover that I might become or embody the mercy. Yeah, absolutely. This is where grace has become even sometimes more sacred than love itself. And me, I'm the love person, but grace is what comes in and fixes things too, in a way. It's got a palpable, and it contains love, and love contains it. But wow, does grace help you make better choices in life? So we are in an epidemic of avoidance in this world. We don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to look at problems. We don't want to look at each other. And that is something that we can all take responsibility for and take accountable for, without blame, without feeling bad, without going into a lower frequency, and just say, how can I start becoming more present and learn to communicate better. And for instance, I might look around and go, you know what? I've avoided that little miss in that corner for a year now. That's just something tangible. Or I'm avoiding a conversation with somebody. Or I'm avoiding looking at myself of something that happened, and I can feel the thought pattern starting to nag me for my attention. And that means I need to take a few moments. Okay, wait a minute. What part of me wants my attention, and what do I need to learn from you? And what's going on here, right? So different ways of doing that. And I know it's a lot. It's a lot to take all of these concepts and things like that, but if we want to make a change and see it in our lifetimes, there seems to be a beautiful opportunity that's being handed to us, and we just have to say, okay, yes, I
So,
receive it.
really
Yeah.
quick, speaking
Mhm.
of
Thank you.
grace, and I just,
Yeah.
I just, please have grace with me. I just realized something. Um, oh no.
It got
Um,
hot in here all of a
so
sudden.
I'm gonna let you know. I think my brain's broken this week. I'm gonna let you know how you want to do this. You let me know how you want to do this, Jennifer. I just remembered that I have to go in 10 minutes. Like at oh no. And we still have to do readings. So
Yeah.
I can start some readings with you, and then I can hand it over to you, and you can kind of close the broadcast, Jennifer, if you like, or we can go
Okay.
together and block the come back on for readings. I don't know why.
The
I
only thing
wasn't
is I
thinking about
can't if you leave me solo, I can't end the live on my own because I'm on as a
Oh,
co-host, not as an admin. So
I can change that really quick if you need it. You'll pop in and
okay.
pop out. Would you like to do
Okay.
that?
Sure, let's do
Prefer?
that. And then because I wanted to do some psychic healing for people. That's kind of been my jam lately. Um so if you're
Okay.
okay with that, if that's okay with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I need to leave
There's
and come
there's
back?
there's there's a reason. I would
Okay.
leave and come back just to make sure, because I
Okay.
changed you over. Just
Okay.
do
All
that.
right. So I'll go and do that. Okay. Be right back, everybody.
Okay. So we're trying to help, even though it's it's all over the place. So, all right, I'm gonna go and do a couple quick readings. Everybody, my apologies for it being so quick. Jennifer is going to come on and remain and do some readings. But if there's a will, there's a way, and God bless Jennifer's heart for staying around and completing the sacred. I can't talk right now. The sacred psychic hour mission. That's what I'm trying to say. Tongue twisters. Okay. So, please, I'm gonna go, or I'm drawn. I feel like I'm gonna go to Bernadette. I'm gonna go to Bernadette because like that's where the ticker my little thing went to, and then also you had a question before. So Bernadette, you can retype your question if you want. It's like way far up at the top. Um, but I'm also just gonna go into your energy too as well. But you let me know if you have a question. And what's up? Nancy's in the house. Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, this is great. This is great. So I'm opening up the energy with the truth card. So this is beautiful. This card, you can't really see it so much, but it's like very silvery and rainbowy, and it showcases all these colors. And I know that you love color and you're full of colors. And so it's basically ushering you into a place of knowing and ushering you into a place where um, it's okay that you can't look away from some of the things that you see. You've started to make peace with that if you can understand. Like you've never been able to avoid things and you thought that was a problem. And it's turning out to be honestly a salvation, even though the path is not easy to navigate always. Um, and you're asking about if is the man in the pool okay? Okay, so I'm gonna address that in just a second. Um, I love this because I was like, where are you heading? Where are you going? Because you're like on a discovery journey still, and it doesn't feel easy or something even pleasing. So, but it's truth, and that is one of the most powerful vibrations in all of the universe. So you're gifted a superpower with with great power comes great responsibility. So that's like something that I want to transmit to you. And then you're stepping into the healing card. And this also kind of takes me to where I'm going with the pool question. So like there's this angel that comes in with healing light, and you are receiving of that, and you're starting to give this to other people, and the acknowledgement of the waves, and the acknowledgement of the water. Okay, so let's go into it. So oh, let me bring Jennifer in. And okay, cool,
Oh, you
wonderful.
did get it. I didn't think it was going to work. I was like, I didn't get an email.
Oh, because you were already
Okay.
co-host, and then I just clicked it.
Ah, okay. I was waiting. I was waiting.
But just to make sorry, just to
Okay.
make sure that it took full effect. That's why I was like,
Okay. All good. All good. Okay.
um, but
Very good.
so well, you're telling me some of the question. You're saying he was having a medical emergency. People didn't do much. I had to get the lifeguard's attention one time to help him. He was okay. I told him a second time that he was not okay. And then you were talking about before you helped save the gentleman at the pool, and your stomach is in knots. I feel like, because you're wondering, I feel like even though you felt, I have to acknowledge your energy in this, because it's almost like when we help people as healers, and this is why it's coming in for you, when you help people and you're a healer, you step into that role, um, you stay in your own energy. Even though you are with that person, as soon as you go into their energy too much, you can't help them completely. And so I'm kind of going back to you, and I want to give you like kudos because, right, you had a difficult day. And I feel like, um, you know, this occurrence helped you with perspective, but it's almost like even though you're elated that you helped somebody, you didn't completely get out of the place that you were in. It just kind of added to where you were at and then like something happy within the mix. So we didn't let go of the sadness, but we brought on at the same time happiness, thankfulness for human life, gratitude, um, um, reverence, but we didn't get rid of the sadness. And so it's almost like I feel like he got as much help as he can, and you showed up and you were present for that and to feel good. And I actually don't like when I look at both of your energies, I'm actually like a little bit more worried about like you than I am him. And that's a great sign. So I feel like there's vitality in him. I feel like there's red energy. I feel like he's grounding, he's getting to where he needs to go. Like there's like a hospital connection, he's getting tests done. Um, he's getting what he needs to do done. And there's something like connected to his heart. I don't know if like it's because he passed out or something, but there's something connected to his heart. That's where I'm taken to. And like with you, it's like I feel like even though I did something good, I'm still in this place where I'm rectifying, am I going to be okay? And so to further heal and to further work with people, we have to continue to bring the healing in and 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 radiate that, not because it's like needed for ego purposes to call yourself a healer. It's because um, healer heal thyself, and that's the path of the wounded healer. It really is. You become more and more a healer when we tend to our own wounds. You're saying I did not want to go back to the pool that day. They helped him. I did not want to go back to the pool. Um, the pool is shut down. That makes sense. That makes sense. This is what comes up though. This is what comes up. And so it's time to have self-belief that you were in the right place at the right time and that you did good, and to continue to learn more about how you can give that goodness back to yourself as you continue to transmit it and show it for other people. So I feel like a lot of the message was coming in with kind of the first things I said with the truth card and the discovery and coming into the place of healing. And this whole day is like a metaphor and actuality for how your energy will continue to go with yourself and other people. It's a doorway into more of you knowing the truth and you being able to access that to help yourself and others. With that said, I'm so sorry I have to go, everyone. I'm going to hand this over to Jennifer. So Jennifer, thank you for your patience as well. I do feel like he's okay. I do feel like he's okay and he's getting the help that he needs. I don't feel like he's out of the woods yet, but he is great because he's getting the help he needs. And that's the greatest thing. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to hand this over to you. And I'm going to, you know what I forgot, everybody? And then I have to jump in the car really quick.
What'd you forget?
I'm meeting Lynn. Lynn, kaleidoscope of the
The
soul.
kaleidoscope queen. I,
Passing through where I live to go somewhere else, and we've been trying to meet for like 2 months, and we can't do it because it's just like. And so this is the one little pocket. I'm only going to see her for an hour, and then away she goes on to the next thing. So I have to jump into the car and meet her at 4 somewhere. So
all right.
Lynn Juno and myself will be having some fun. We'll probably be interacting. We'll come in on the live. We'll talk on the live with y'all. Okay.
Okay,
So
that
I'll
sounds
be back
good.
in a second. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Have fun. Tell the fellow queen I said hello.
Absolutely. We'll say hello together. See ya, everybody. I'm gonna
Thank you,
hand this over.
Kelly. Thanks for letting me stay on. I appreciate it on your show. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Well, that was quick. Okay. And then there was me and you. Okay, everybody. How are we doing? So thanks for hanging in there with me too. So What I would like to do is some psychic healing, and this is a group effort. So I am looking to see who is open to receiving. And so what that means is I'm going to be looking into your energy at what's going on physically, and how that connects to you emotionally. That could include going to an age of experience as well. And so I just need you to be okay with me talking about that. Like, I'm seeing this and this in this part of your body, and I'm feeling like this is emotions connected to it, and it happened at this age. So I need you to be okay with that before you give me permission. And then what I'm asking everybody else to do is to hold space for each other, because I'll try to do a few of these to hold space, and send love and send healing. If you're a healer, you can also take part in this healing process too, or just say a prayer to spirit to help with that too. This is not a substitute for medical advice or treatment. I am a strong advocate of mind, body, spirit approach. So I do a whole lot of things to take care of my physical health, including nutrition and exercise and vitamins, and meditation and all kinds of things too. But also there is that energetic and emotional component as well. And so sometimes if we can look at that, that can help to kind of speed things up or loosen things up or get that process flowing, right? And then sometimes when our mind or our awareness has a place to connect to, and just kind of bringing it up to the surface can help to clear it. And then we help to see improvement over time. So you may not see your issue improve tomorrow morning or even next week, but it could be over time. And then you'll look back and go, oh, wow, yeah, I used to have that. And now it doesn't seem to be so much anymore. So that's the lovely thing about that as well, too. Also, when I speak about things with you, if I'm like, okay, I'm tapping into this age and this kind of situation happened, I'm not going to go too private or too detailed with that. But it's not about blame. So it's not about bringing up something to the surface and now we're going to go get mad at that person for doing that because they caused this. That's not what that's about. It's just about looking at it with compassion and grace. Sound good? All right, everybody? All right. So thank you for allowing me a moment to kind of go with that. Okay. So let me see where we're going to go here. Okay. Oh, hi, Judith Miller. I love you, Judith. Judith is an amazing medium. She's also a physical medium, and you can follow her on Facebook, and she is a golden heart in this world. So everybody, I want to just give some love to you, Judith, and a big hug. So thank you for joining us here today. It's late there in the UK. Thanks for being up with us. It's midnight. So, okay. All right. So let me see who I'm, okay. And thank you for putting open, but maybe not 25 times. Okay, my loves. Thank you. I know you're eager, but thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let me look where I'm going here. Okay. I'm just looking here. Crystal, are you, you say open, so you're okay with me working at a healing capacity for you. Are you still here? That was just 2 minutes ago. So I am feeling drawn to you, if that's okay, Crystal. So just do a double check-in with me. And then also the best you can, type in if things are making sense as I bring them to your awareness. And if they don't make sense, that's okay. I'm not perfect at how and I'm also working very quickly. So you don't have to take something if it doesn't fit, but it just helps me know I'm on track and things are making sense for you. Okay, Crystal? So I'm just going to double check. There is a slight delay in the comments. So just let me know, yes, still here. And then I will go ahead and work with you too. Okay. So I'm just going to wait a few more seconds, Miss Crystal. Hopefully you didn't switch pages. So I just want to make sure you're still here. Okay, there she is. Okay, darling. Thank you. Thank you for letting me work with you. And thank you, everybody, for holding space. So, Crystal, there's already a lot of healing energy around for you, too. And I'm also feeling that there's healing in relationships that you're working through, too. It makes me feel quite sad. And so let me know if this is making sense, too. And I feel like I want to go to your beautiful heart. And I just want to put a blanket of love around you. And I want to give it some tending and some mending, if you understand, too, when I go into the heart, too. But I know our area of relationships has been affected too, and you're feeling things that aren't all you, and it's getting a little confusing for your psyche. That doesn't mean anything's wrong. It just means how you're wired and how you're built, if you understand, Crystal. Okay. So let me know if that's making sense for you so far too. Okay. And I just feel like I want to take a deep breath. So I want to help your nervous system to just relax a little bit too, because you are very sensitive to the energetics around you too. And so please know everyone here who's on this is sending love to you as well too. Okay. Now, I do want to ask with sensitivity if you would understand anything in the lower area of your abdomen that's affected. So perhaps slower digestion, feminine issues, things like that, not in any kind of detail that would make sense, but I do feel drawn to that area. And so let me know if that's making sense. I've got a yes from you already, Crystal. Okay, thank you. Okay. And I want to go to 6 years old, where something that happened that helped contribute. And again, this isn't wrong or right or bad or good. It just is. And so we're just looking at it. So something that happened 6 years old, that would have to do with a male in the family that did help to disrupt or cause a little bit of stagnation in the energy. And just by looking at this place for yourself would help for you to move some energy that would help with your physicality, if that makes sense for you, Crystal. So that's as detailed as I'm going to kind of get with that too. When I go into the emotional nature and component, I get distress that would have happened at this time, and you may not be able to remember that far back. Hopefully you can grasp something, but this is what I'm feeling for you. Okay. You've had a hysterectomy. Okay. Thank you for sharing that for me. So lots of love to you as well too. So we'll help to just add more love and vitality to that area for you too. And so one component is 6 years old, and there is distress, and it has to involve a male within the family as well that would have contributed to this distress. Now, again, it's not about blame or anything like that. It's just about looking at it, and then we're able to kind of move it, get it up to the surface and out. Does that make sense too? So I'm asking Spirit to help with that too, to help clear some of that energy as well too. I'm sending love and heart energy to you too. And I'm asking people who are healers in the group also to help with that heart energy here. Okay. And so what we want to move is the distress out, and we want to bring peace and calm into you. Okay. Let me put my glasses on and just double check if you've, okay. And please, not saying you're open 25 times. It's too much. And it makes it hard for me to keep with Crystal and keep with her comments. So a couple times every once in a while is enough. Just not 25, 30 times. It's just too much. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Now, Crystal, I also want to go into your 20s as being a very transitional time, and where it feels like things were very up and down in your 20s. And you've actually done a good job at kind of like moving forward and building and growing and becoming more grounded since then too. So I want to give you really like spiritual kudos for all of that work that you've done too. But I also want to kind of go into the kind of like energetic field of that time period for you, and just ask Spirit to kind of help with dispersing some of this energy that sort of needs a little bit more softening for you here too. That will just help you to feel lighter, if that makes sense too. Because I feel like sometimes this gives you headaches. You get stress headaches from it too, and you don't know why. And this will help with that. So let me know if this is still making sense for you, Crystal, as I'm moving into this framework for you too. Okay. Now, let me look here. There is a significant relationship that also has affected you very deeply. And I want to give love healing to that. I want to give a lot of just love and warmth to that as well too. But I know that we're still feeling the after effects. And again, this isn't wrong. This isn't right. It just is. And we're still feeling the after effects of that too. But what I'm asking you is, if you feel comfortable doing this, is taking some time to really love and nurture yourself and to sit with your feelings as they arise. So sit with your feelings as they arise, so that you're now the mama to all of the feelings within you. Okay. And just allow them to feel and process. And you would actually be quite surprised at how fast you feel better versus trying not to do that, if that makes sense, Crystal. Okay. So I'm just checking with you. Yes, you're on point. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate this. Okay. A lot going on in our 20s. Okay. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So much love to you, but boy, are you a strong person. Boy, I just want to give you kudos, and I see spirit putting a little crown on you too. So they're queening you. And you're very much wanting to step into your divine feminine energy. I can feel that with you. You're wanting more of that for yourself. And then what I'm also seeing and is being shared with me for you is that if we can energetically do a little bit more grounding to get in your body, because sometimes you're a little bit raised up and just slightly out like this. And so it's just move you up, get you back down in there too. And this is where just literally earthing, grounding would help with that too, but also learning to sit with your feelings would help with that too, is what they're showing me as well too. Now you can always get complementary therapy from, counselors, coaches, all of those things are positive. However that works for you. I always recommend, again, the mind, body, spirit approach too. But I would ask all of us, I also want to go, Crystal, to your knees. So I know it's probably hard for you to run or to sit on the floor and then get up because there's like some stiffness in your knees. And I'm just going to look and see if I can find, and some of that just comes with being human and aging and so forth too. But it feels as if, lack of support is one of the contributing factors. So one of the contributing factors in this, Crystal, is just lack of support, and needing to feel held and nurtured. So we need to find ways, practical, physical ways for you to feel held and nurtured. So either somebody in your life that will hold you and nurture you and dote on you, make you food, or other ways that you can feel nurtured by Mother Nature, or ways you can learn to nurture yourself through like pampering, like getting a massage, things like that, taking care of yourself. Okay. So thank you. I'm often looking into the ethers when I do these. So it's like I'm trying to do this at the same time, a little challenging too. And so I actually feel very, very positive for you. And what I'm also being shown too is that you will see more abundance coming in your life through the efforts that you're currently making and willing to continue making. And they're showing me abundance coming into your life, into your flow. And this also includes more financial flow for you as well, as they're showing me too. So it's a matter of like tweaking a few things here and there. And we've also helped to move some energy all together. And I just want to thank the healers that are here too, that are helping with this too. So if you just like take a moment with spirit. So I'm just going to take a moment here and just be a little bit quieter so I can just channel some continued energy for you. And again, everybody who's here is receiving healing. Unless you say no, then you won't get it. Otherwise than that, because we are in this healing space, you're just naturally getting it. So that's a really good, a positive gift for everybody to receive. There we go. Good. Yay. Much better. Yay. Thank you, Crystal. I want to give you my appreciation. I'm honored that I had an opportunity to help you. So I hope that helps. I know it's just a sample, but I hope that it helps and it does lift your spirit or make you feel a little bit lighter, that you sleep better tonight. And so if you're over on a future live and you see me, let me know if things feel better for you. Okay. So you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. So thank you. Lots of love to you. Lots of love to you too. So I really enjoy doing these for people too. So it makes me really happy. So thank you. Okay. All right, my dears. Let me see here. Okay, Kiana. I love your name. What does it mean? Let me know. Thank you, Judith. Thank you. Do you know what your name means? If you don't, it's okay. I'm just really into names and what they mean. So, okay, my darling. So just double check with me. And so it sounds like you're just here and you're okay with that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, but just give me another yes while we're here, just so I can make sure I'm full on connected with you too. Okay, you're very welcome, Crystal. Thank you here. Okay, let me just take a moment. Thank you for saying that. So she says she feels seen. And that is everything, everybody. So like I'm saying, we need to witness each other and ourselves too. And in that process, healing happens. So thank you for saying that, Crystal. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, Miss Keanu. You did look into it before, but can't remember what it means. And yes. Okay. Thank you, darling. No worries at all. Well, it's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. Okay, sweetheart. Uh, would you understand you've had a little nervous tummy recently, like anxiety? Because I feel anxiety and I feel like energy kind of rushes up to your head. And then we go into a lot of circular thinking sometimes, Kiana. Okay. And again, not right or wrong, not good or bad, just is. And just let's see what we can do to improve it and kind of raise it up to a little bit more comfortable place for you, if that sounds good. Okay, Kiana. So let me know if that's making sense for you too. So let's see if we can help get to one of the parts of this anxiety, in addition to, like I say, mind, body, spirit approach for you, okay, my darling, too, is okay. Keanu, would you understand, and thank you, love, would you understand that there was any kind of trauma around your birth, like a difficult birth or a birth that took a long time, or where there was any issues that made it a little harder than just a standard run-of-the-mill birth? Because I'm feeling like that's where I'm going to kind of that start of it too, okay, as one of the components too. So let me know if that's making sense, Kiana, for you too. If you have an awareness that your mom told you anything about the birth, like the cord was wrapped or there was an issue with her blood pressure, or something like that. So let me know, Kiana, because I'm not sure about that part, but I know that that's the age that I want to go to is the beginning of that for you too. Okay. Okay. Yay. I'm glad you're back, Heidi. Okay. So, and with that time period, we became unsure, we became fearful, we became even you. This would be hard for some people to understand, but even as a child, you can experience the frequency and the emotion of anger as well, too, at what's happening. Okay. So let me see here. Your son was a C-section. Other things happened afterwards. Okay. Now, Kiana, I was actually going to your birth, but this could also be a contributing factor as well for it too. But I was actually going to your birth when you were born. If you understand anything about that, or if you don't know, that's okay. So let me see what you're saying here too. From memory, your birth specific went okay, aside from that you were a sickly baby. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So. And I could be off that I'm picking up on the birth of your son instead of yourself too, but let me work with that just a little bit. Okay. Hi guys. Good to see you. Hold on one sec, Kiana.
Hi.
Hey Lynn. Hey Kelly. How are you? We're doing readings.
It's happy hour. Woo-hoo. We got some shit. Got some chips. Got a drink. Hey, it's Friday, y'all. It's good to go.
Happy Friday. Well, have some fun for me, if you will. Okay. Don't be too good.
No, we won't. We'll do what you do.
A little mischief is doctor's orders over here.
Good for the soul. All right, my sweet. Carry on.
All right. Mwah. We love you. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's so cute. Okay. Thank you. All right, Miss Kiana, back to you, my darling, too. Okay. So let me work with this too. Okay. So, okay. So that's what I'm feeling for you. And I even want to go to the birth, but I also want to go a little bit to pre-birth as well. So there's something going on there that you may not have a memory or a story for. That means your mother didn't tell you, like, for instance, that she was under a lot of stress while she was pregnant, or something happened while she was pregnant. Too. And again, this is all energetic. So this is all okay. We're just, the good part is now we're talking about it, and now we can move it a little bit too. Okay. And so the sickly baby you had a hard time probably with digestion and eating and things like that too. But it's interesting enough, as the good part is that you were biologically still born with a good constitution that helped to kind of like, and I know this sounds paradoxical, but it helped it helped you to make it through that period, if that makes sense, Kiana. Okay. So let me look here too. I was born with a cold on top of asthma and a chest infectant, and has been on antibiotics for a long time. That's a lot. Okay. All right. That's a lot. Okay. I feel like your mom was worried a lot when she was pregnant too. And again, not right or wrong, but just she had some of this anxiety as well. And so there's a little bit of an ancestral component. It's okay. Happens to everybody. That's fine. Really, really sorry about the asthma, because I know how challenging that is to have with the breathing and things like that too. And so what this created was for you, my love, is, and so let me just check in here too. Mom was under a lot of stress. Father left her before I was okay. Okay. So this is all making sense to me. So thank you for sharing. God bless you. And I appreciate your openness and your vulnerability. And again, everybody who's still here, please continue to hold space. And if you are a healer, you can send some love and healing over to Kiana as we're in this healing space together, or say a prayer to Spirit, if you would, for her on her behalf, so that we can help to move some of this energy for her and create a better circumstances for her moving forward too. And I actually feel like we have already done that just by the little bit that we've talked about so far too. Okay. And so some of the emotions, even though you're just a little baby and a toddler, but we are souls, and we are souls who have access to all emotions from before we are born to when we are born to after we are born and grow up, right? And so there is some anger, there is some frustration, there is some resentment, there is some loneliness about that too. And so again, we've got some pre-birth and some post-birth with the medical issues. And again, the good part is you had other parts of your physical self that had a good constitution about them that helped you to kind of compensate and do better as you moved forward in life. So on this part, I'm very, very happy for you, Kiana. Okay. Okay. So now, and then you said your father left. Okay. So there's another component there, because there is what I want to call is a thread of abandonment in there too. And again, this is not placing blame. It just is. And it's not to go back and go, oh no, I have this thing. It's like, it just is. And we can look at it and we can send it love, and then we can just move it on into a different space. So that's the good part of that, is with this thread of abandonment. But this also can create a fear of abandonment, right? And this can affect our ability to securely attach to people and have relationships that are healthy for people, right? And so if we can work with this thread a little bit with some love and with this healing, then your relationships can start to improve, because you will also feel more confident in them, if that makes sense. I also want to say congratulations on you having a son, even though I know you had a C-section and things like that, but I'm just so happy that you're a mom and you got to experience mom life. And I do actually feel like the son was a gift, as is every child on earth, but there is something very, very blessing wise around your son, Keanu, that is like a gift from God or a gift from Spirit for you too, so that you could give so much love to your kids as a mom too. And so this makes me very happy for you as well too. So I do know you have been blessed in life, and I do know you have angelic guardianship in life for you too. And this should make you very, very happy to hear too. Now, I also want to go, my love, to your chest still. There is still some, I would say, what's a good word there too? A little bit of tenderness still in this area energetically here too. And so I'm asking spirit doctors if they can help with that too, either now or in the days to come, if you just give your verbal consent to them as well too, because they are just angelic in nature, if I may say, with that too. But within that, I feel almost like there's foggy thinking and foggy decisions sometimes that are being made that come and contribute to that too. Okay. And okay, thank you. Good for you, love. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Big hugs, big hugs. And so if we can smooth some of this out for you too, and I want to bring in some just angelic, like silver light for you too, that's coming in for you too. And they're just coming in all twinkly and all like healing and smiling with that too. And we're going to put trust, and we're going to put security, and we're going to put confidence, and we're going to put in joy, 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 joy. Lots of joy. And we're going to fill that space up with that too. And good things are happening now. They want you as your affirmation. Good things are happening now. 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 I'd write that down. If I were you, I get chills with that. So I know it's very important too. A lot of love around your family, a lot of love around your family, and a lot of love for you as well too. This is a time really to be walking and standing strong on your path, my darling, because it's opening up for you in the most beautiful way. So I'm so happy for you. So let's just take a few seconds just to send a little bit more healing light your way right now. And I want to thank the other healers who are on board, who are helping with this too. I can feel you. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Because the collective channel it does such a beautiful job too. And thank you for your prayers. I can feel some of you praying too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yay. That's good. That's good. So thank you, Keanu, for letting me work with you. So, and you're lovely. Yeah, you're just lovely. Listen to some pretty music tonight, and I hope you sleep well. So, and thank you everybody for holding space here too. And let me see here. Your mom passed away a month ago and you get chest pain. Okay. All right. Around the woman. Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing with me. And I'm very sorry for the loss of your mom. And let me see if I can get just a little quickie message for you, because I know that's so not very long ago. Just a month ago, she passed away. I'm so sorry. So the grief is very new for you. Yeah. What I'm going to say is your mom is saying no more struggles for her. So she is she's giving me the image just so you can feel happy and joy for where she is now. She's giving me this image of like laying on a chaise lounge out in the sun by the water, so that you can feel the comfort of knowing her peaceful existence as she is now too. And I see her wanting to put a lot of like magic fairy dust all over you and flower petals all over you, because you are to her one of the most beautiful things on earth that she ever knew to exist. Okay, Kiana? She's very okay. She is very okay. And most important thing is take care of you and your family. Okay, so take care of you and your family, and reach out for help and support if you need it, especially with the grief of losing your mom too. So if you need to reach out to a therapist or counselor or grief educator, please do that. And thanks everybody for holding space for Kiana and sending her love. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I love being in this energy with all of you. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, my darling. So let me see where we're going to go to next here. Okay. So anybody who's still here and willing to receive healing, please say so in the comments so I can just check in to see who's still here and open. And just a reminder, if you've just stepped in, we're doing some psychic healing, and it's not a substitute for medical treatment or professional counseling or anything like that. This is complementary. We're working with the energetics of what might be going on physically, emotionally, and experientially. So thank you for that too. Okay, and Kiana? Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. She loved the beach and the water, so I can imagine her lounging near the river. That's perfect. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. Okay. Lots of love to you, beautiful. Lots of love. Okay. Let me see here. And I know all of you are wanting it. I can see all of your names. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And please know, I know I can't, there's no way for me to do everybody here, but you are in a healing space. So that means you're getting healing by being here. So it's a gift that keeps on giving here too. Okay. Pauline Bonner, if I may come to you, please. Okay. All right. And Kiana's saying, and she did struggle. She was housebound for a long time with sepsis. Okay. So the no more struggles really meets you. We can meet that too, to let you know that she doesn't have that anymore. So I'm happy to have the opportunity to pass that message to you. So I can give you a big hug, a big hug. Thank you, Kiana. And everybody else give her a big hug too. So thank you. Okay. Linda, let me see here. Okay. I feel at peace being you and everyone here. Oh, thank you. Okay. I much appreciated, Linda. Okay. And I believe I called on Lorraine. Is that correct? I called on Lorraine. Are you still here, Lorraine? Thank you. Check. Hopefully she didn't pop out. And if not, I will move to somebody else. Big hugs from Shannon for you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Oh, I called on Pauline. Forgive me. Lorraine is here and Pauline is here. Okay. Okay. I called on both. Okay. So now I've called on both of you. Okay. So I'll go with Pauline and then I'll go with Lorraine. So it's getting hot in here from all the healing energy, and I'm in that space to where I'm not like super electrical. Okay. So Pauline, let me work with you, and then Lorraine, I'll come to you next. Okay, my darling. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Pauline, so give me just a moment. And again, thank you all for holding space for each other while we're in this like healing sacred container. It's really beautiful. Um, Pauline, I'm not sure if you have a religious background in the past that's become more spiritual, but I do get kind of that. What I want to say is the feeling of connection to the more religious spiritual figures around you, if that makes sense for you, Pauline. So let me know if that's resonating for you too. So for instance, you would feel connected to like the essence of Jesus and the essence of Mother Mary and that kind of conscious energy when it comes to like the ascended masters, and like archangels, if that makes sense too. So like that's what I'm feeling for you, Pauline. So let me know if that's making sense too. So I just feel like that kind of frequency and that kind of energy around you, is that what makes you feel the most comfortable to be around? Okay. And so let me see what I want to go with that too. So I'm just going to check in with you. Okay. Does that make sense? So let me see here. Okay. Yes. And you've become more spiritual. Okay. So two things that are kind of woven together is that there is much beauty in having a connection to these very ascended high frequencies, what we might want to call the Christ consciousness or enlightened ways of being, because this Holy Spirit is very real and it brings you so much like comfort and love too. There's another thread of parts that maybe were a little bit less helpful in your conditioning and your upbringing, to where it created a little bit of, how am I going to say this, conformity, fear of making mistakes, feeling like you have to be good all the time. And then that's created where now you're trying to really break free of like old patterns and old psychic structures of like who you thought you were to who you fully are underneath all of that, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Definitely. Okay. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Pauline, too. And so it's like you've had this overlay, and it's kind of like that's who you thought you were. And now you're like, I want to take this off now and just be me and just be free and just be a sweet little flying little bee on the flowers. That's like your energy, if that makes sense, Pauline. And you're doing a really good job of that because you're coming to these kind of lives and doing your spiritual things. And I feel like you like to go with the cards, like the oracle cards and the tarot cards and things like that too. So I really love this. And you're attracted to crystals and you like things magical and all of that. So this inner child in you is just like, yeah. Right. And there's also this like goddess too, that's like wanting to be more, more born. Right. And that part of you, Pauline, is very much in the lower chakras of your body. Right. So the more grounded you get in your body and the more you start to shed the good girl, nice girl thing that you were taught from childhood, which almost every woman has, regardless of religion. And you're working through that, quite beautifully right now. But that's going to help you get more grounded in that part of you, if that makes sense. That really like, solid, confident, sexy part of you, right, Pauline? Okay. So you're really doing an excellent job, right? But what Spirit is just offering is what you kind of already know, but they're showing you just in a different way that certain elements of the religious upbringing contributed to the social conditioning. Not wrong. It happens to everybody, right? That And now you're trying to really physically shed the old version that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel like what you want to be in, right? Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So just by talking about it, just by naming it, just by looking at it, just by everybody holding space, whole bunch of people who are listening right now are like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I can hear the me too's, me too's, right? And so we can clear kind of a lot of the good girl, nice girl thing, right? And together, right? Together as a group. So I love this. So Pauline, you're like representing like the feminine, the divine feminine, my darling. So I'm really happy about this too. And you can keep like your love of like the energy of Jesus and his frequency and the energy of Mother Mary and his frequency. Like you can keep all of that beauty, keep in your heart, because that's the pure essence of it too, right? That's not spiritual or religious. It's beauty. It's just beauty and grace in motion, right? So that part's really great. Now I want to go to 4 or 5 years old, and such a little spunky child you were, real pretty, and your hair pretty and everything, and a little spunky child. And you were actually very open, very aware and very intuitive. And it feels like something happened about that age that kind of shut some of that down. Like you were told, don't say that, don't think that, don't look at that, or don't be like that. And that's where things kind of shut down. And again, not to blame anybody, not as wrong or right, just is. But that's an age where we want to go to. And it just feels like, like something happened at about that age that kind of gave us this feeling. Okay, more freedom now. Yes. Okay. And but I want to go to this age of 5, right? And this is where things started to shift a little. And it would kind of make sense, because this is about when you're really starting to like develop your identity. And so this is also when older people would come in and try to mold that identity. Okay. And again, they're doing what they think is right. Right. And so this could be family, this could be church, teachers, you name it. Right. And they're trying to mold and shape that identity. But there's a part of you that's like, this doesn't feel right for me. And there was really nothing like you could do about it. And so this created a sense of powerlessness within you. And then it was kind of like almost like giving up or resigning to the fact that this is how it is. Now, this also affected you going into your teenage years. So around 15, something else is happening there as well that's contributing to this. And this adds even more to like the anger and the frustration. And again, not right or wrong, just is. This is what happened. We look at it, we can change it, we can heal it, we can make it better, right? And so around 15, something else is happening that feels a bit devastating. And what we may look at as adults as devastating may be different than what would be to a 15-year-old girl. Okay. And so whatever that was enough to impact how you looked at yourself and how you felt about yourself, right? Now, about 4 or 5 years ago, things really started to shift, because you started to open up. Your own soul, your own higher self came knocking on your door. There was a descent of soul essence into you about 4 or 5 years ago. The changes have already been happening. So I'm very, very happy about this, because I'm definitely getting Phoenix rising coming in for you as well. So I love this for you, Pauline. So well done, well done. I do want to go to some back issues for you, if you would understand, Pauline. So let me know if that's making sense. I want to go to some back issues, and I want to just take a look there. And some of this could be helped with physical mechanics. Okay, so let me just check in with you. To feel out with God, mom was ill with cancer. Feel out. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not quite understanding. I'm very sorry about your mom having cancer, but I'm not fully understanding. I know you're trying to type really fast too, and very sorry for your mom as well too. Would you understand your back hurting, Pauline? Because I'm feeling like I've got some things going on there, mid to upper back. Some of this does feel like it can be helped structurally. So this means like chiropractor, stretching, exercise, those kinds of things, working with a trainer, like those kinds of things can be helped. Hi, Arnie, good to see you. We're doing some healing. Kelly had to leave early. She's out having fun with Lynn. So I'm on the Psychic Hour. I'm on Lynn's show, and we're doing some healing readings now. We had a big, deep discussion earlier, though. It was pretty cool. Okay. So Miss Pauline, let me know if the back issues are making sense for you, because I want to see if anything energetic that I can work on with her too. And it's like you are trying very hard to so let me look at that. Here am I doing? Forgive me for squinting. I don't have my glasses on. Okay. Yes. Okay. You take seizures and you get a sore back. Okay. I'm very sorry about the seizures too. Okay. So let me see if we can just take a little look at what's going on there too with your back. And again, some of this is structural. So this has to do with literally medical professionals helping you with that too. But there's, okay, hold on one second. Let me just take a look at it. There's energy in there that does want to be transformed, and it's about letting go. In your case, letting go is right for some people and some people are not ready for that. But for you, what I'm being shown is that this is energy about letting go. So that means we've got some old stories to let go of. We got some old patterns to let go of. We may have some resentments to let go of. And that means you're freeing yourself of the past. And again, I'm a person who believes in your ability to process whatever's happened to you, to name whatever's happened to you, and not just be expected to just say, oh, I'll let it go, right? That's not me. In your case, the energetics show that you're actually emotionally and mentally ready to do that. So let me know if that's making sense for you. Okay. 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 She got bad with cancer when you were 15 and you took on the mother role. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for helping me to explain that. So that's what happened to when you were 15. Okay. Thank you, Pauline. I appreciate that. So that's the letting go. And that also explains to me, Pauline, remember we were talking about you want to be free, you want to be like a bee, you want to be in your magic because you lost some of your childhood there, right? And so you want to get some of that back. And so the good news is you can be a mature woman of your age that you are now, and you can be, a badass, sexy goddess, and you can still have the playful child in you too, and do fun childish things too if you want to. So you can go play in the fields or get yourself a treat or a toy or whatever it is you want, you know what I mean? And honor that part of you, because that childlike essence, that is your gold. That is like the essence of you. That is the part that looks at the world with wonder and magic. It's amazing. It's amazing. So love that part of you. Absolutely. But that explains why that too. So thank you for sharing that too. Okay. You're starting to talk out more now. Okay. And it does help if you have somebody who you can trust. And so everybody, if this helps, if you have somebody in your life that like you really trust, and I know I'm not looking directly at the camera, that's because I'm in psychic mood. If you have someone in your life that you really trust, that can hold space for you. So, and our friends, we call it holding the bucket. And that means you can say whatever you want with no judgment whatsoever. And it's like you can just blah, 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 get it out. It doesn't matter if the person who's talking is 5 or 12 or 35 or 50, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a chance to just get out your feelings, because feelings just want to be seen, heard, known, loved, expressed. And then they're like, okay, I'm happy now. I won't bug you anymore, mom. That's kind of how it works, right? So if you have a friend who's willing to hold it for you and kind of be a witness, that can be such a beautiful gift to give each other. And all it is listening. And all it is just listening with no judgment, right? And so in my line of work, we get good at that. We get good at being listeners and holding the space without any judgment. And that helps people heal too. So, thank you for sharing that with me, Pauline, as well too. You feel young in the head. Okay. I think everybody does, Pauline. So you're not alone there, my darling. Okay. All right, my love. So let's just take a moment and see, just as the collective here. So everybody who's still here that is willing to help, like lend your healing energy to Pauline or say a little prayer for her, and inviting spirit to come in as well too, just so we can help move some of these situations, some of these energies that it feels like her system is ready to let go of. So that she can have a better experience, less problems with the seizures, less problems with the back pain, and a reclaiming of her inner child. I love this for you. So we'll just take a moment. There we go. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. Everybody, you are so awesome. Thank you. Oh, Thank you. Thank you. That feels better. That feels better, Pauline. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. God bless you. Thank you so much for your vulnerability and your honesty here today. That's not easy to do. So thank you. I'm really happy that you came today. Thank you. So, okay, my darlings, I promised Lorraine would be next. So, are you still here, my dear? I've got that right if my memory's right. Okay. Okay. All right. Is that correct? Yes, yes, Arnie. Well, only for the second half. Kelly was ready for the first half, and she's like, "Oh, wait a minute! I got plans with Lynn. I gotta go." And so she let me take over in this case too. Okay, Lorraine is here. Okay, hello, darling. Have I read for you before? I know I recognized you, so I believe I may have, or I have seen you be read for. So one second, let me get some water. Okay, and then we will do something collectively as well. Okay. And you are welcome, Pauline. Let me know how you're feeling later as well, too. And everybody, if you've received today, please make sure you drink enough water and get enough rest, too. So sometimes healing can make us thirsty, and the water helps to flush out energy and emotions and things like that. Obviously, don't overdo it. But you may feel a little bit sleepy, too, and that's just spirits wanting to provide a little bit more healing for you. Sometimes you can feel a little bit more raw and emotional over the next couple of days. My advice for that is always self-care and pampering. So pamper yourself. You have a license and excuse to pamper yourself. Massage, a treat, a walk, binging Netflix, something like that. Okay. All right. Lorraine, my darling, thank you for waiting so patiently. Okay, sweet love. Okay, let's see what we have going on with you here too. Okay. Okay. Lorraine, you try so hard to do everything that you can. You want to stay on track. It's as if you feel like you maybe got off track or you never want to be off track again. And you're trying so hard to like stay on track. And it feels like we hold a lot of responsibility for ourselves and other people. Let me know if this is making sense, Lorraine, too. And if it's not, that's okay. That will help me get back on track myself. Okay. So let me know if that's making sense, Lorraine, too. Right. But I feel like the weight of responsibility is a little bit like just a little bit weighing, literally weighing down. Hi, Ed. Good to see you. I'm on Kelly's show. She had to leave early, so we're doing some healing, some psychic healing right now, Ed. So filling you in if anybody's come in late, right? Okay. And you're saying that's correct. Okay. Because I was feeling just like weighted down, almost like it's almost like you want to just check out and say bye. Bye. I'm going to go take a nap or check into a hotel, and I can't do that. So it's a lot of responsibility. And so God bless you for trying so hard. God bless you. And you are a multidimensional being. So that means your mind, your psyche, you have a lot of different parts. And they're all just chugga, choo, choo, trying so hard to help you like stay on track and everything like that. Right. So God bless all the different parts of you that are like working so hard on your behalf to do this. But I just want to say permission to breathe, permission to put your feet up, permission to just take a little break. Right. And it does feel like at some point you took on a belief that if I can, that almost like you have to be responsible. And this also would give you a feeling of being in control versus feeling out of control, if that makes sense, Lorraine. And I've got that wrong. That's okay. I'll take it back if I've got it wrong. This is how I'm feeling into the energetics of it, the best that I can describe. Okay. And again, not a substitute for medical advice. If you need counseling, therapy, go do those things, or coaches. I highly recommend them. Okay. But I want to give you permission to rest. I almost want to give all the different parts of you permission to rest too. Okay. And, but I feel like if I go to about 18, 19, so just as you're getting into adulthood, there's something happening there where we take on a lot more than we had before going on. Like something is shifting around that age, in addition to just the initiatory period of moving into adulthood. Right. So, it feels like there was some kind of loss there. that we had to then move into high gear. And it almost feels just very stressful at that time, about 18, 19. Okay. And then I also feel like if I go into like your 0 to 10 years, and you're understanding this, okay, if I goes into your 0 to 10 years, the more that you did what you was expected of you, the better your life was for you, and you figured that out. And so this also taught you that being responsible for other people is like what I'm supposed to do. The only thing is why should a child from 0 to 10 be responsible for people who are older than you? It doesn't make any logical sense, but we don't know that when we're children, right? We don't know that, right? But that's kind of what like made your life easier at the time, or so you thought, right? And so it might be helpful for you to say an affirmation to yourself that I was not responsible for the older people in my life at that age. And I can now allow myself to be responsible for me, right? And if we're a parent, we have responsibility to our families and so forth too. But that's not the same as what I'm talking about. Does that make sense, Lorraine, too? Okay. Well done. Excellent. There's a grandmother coming in with spirit, and she's wanting to come in and give you a lot of love, and she's wanting to put a big quilted blanket around you too, and she's wanting to rub your feet and give you nurturing. So it's quite lovely, and she wants to like make soup for you. So it's like you get to like sit in the rock chair and have a blanket and a foot rub and soup, and it's super kind. Okay. So I'm glad this is making sense. Okay. Physically, I want to go into the, I know you can't see, but the kind of like stomach, liver, spleen area too. So this is kind of like our filtration system. And there's a lot of emotions were being carried in there too. And you're also very sensitive to the people in your life. And you're also very sensitive to the world. And so your emotional connection to that is quite palpable and strong. Okay. This also happens when we have areas in our filtration. There's usually indicative of like needing to express anger and resentment, even rage sometimes over things that have happened in the past that we didn't have control over, right? But then you had to assume like the opposite, which is like the scales being tipped of what you were sort of forced to be responsible for that wasn't yours, which feels like a lot of the emotions of other people. Okay, Lorraine? Okay. And so as women, we are culturally and generationally told anger is bad. For men, for the masculine, they're told sensitivity is bad or crying is bad, those kinds of things. So either way, we both kind of don't get the best as a result of that. So we're both kind of like hurt in that way, if that makes sense. But the internalized anger, we turn it in on ourselves, and then we end up neglecting our own needs physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, Lorraine? And okay, so most definitely you're saying this makes sense. Okay. And so not only do I want to help with spirit to help you move some of this emotional anger type of energy out, but it's not wrong and it's not bad. It's expected, right? It has its place. Those are normal emotions. We just don't want them like so much of it in one spot. Does that make sense? And so permission for your internal system to feel and be angry, right? And to learn how to express that in a healthy way that doesn't harm yourself or anybody else. Does that make sense, Lorraine? Okay. So it could just be sitting with it, giving it a witness, letting it process through your system, listening to music. Maybe it's a harder rock music, or maybe it's a soft music. Having somebody hold a bucket for you, going to therapy. Over here in California, we have these they call them like rage rooms and things like that. And you can go and pay, and they put goggles on you and a hat, and you can go and smash things. I don't know if you have them where you are, but we have them here. You can go smash things, right? And to help like move that energy out, right? Maybe dancing, like maybe dancing could be a way help too, right? So those are all things supportive. But for today, I feeling like the feminine part of your ancestral line would like to come in and assist with that and see, we'll start the process of moving some of it out. But I do feel like they want to do it somewhat gently and delicately on your part so that you don't feel like a reaction, like a too much kind of moving out at once or a reaction. So this is coming in very soft, very gentle, and very subtle. So again, I want to feel the presence of compassion and grace coming in for you too. And I just want to show your system and your psyche that there is eyes of love that are saying, we see all of you. We see all of you and all your parts. Okay, Lorraine? So I would ask now that everybody, okay. And this, what I also want to say with your filtration system is not just liver and like spleen and stomach too, but this could affect like your, the optimal function of like kidneys and things like that. So I don't know if you ever get UTIs or things like that. You don't even have to answer me. But what I'm saying is by us being able to work on this together right now with some healing from spirit will help give it some additional support, if that makes sense. Okay. So let's just take a moment, and anybody who is still here can add some collective healing too. If you are a healer, you can send your love or just say a prayer to spirit. And we're just going to take a minute to see how we can send some additional support your way. There we go. There we go. There we go. And your grandmother is so beautiful and she loves you so much. Good. And you have a guide that's been with you since birth. And he says, you know who I am. I've never left. I'm always here. There you go. There you go. There you go. Well done. Yay. Okay. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. I hope this was helpful to you. And again, just give yourself some love and some pampering. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel at least a little bit lighter today here too. Okay, my darling. So I want to thank you for being here and for your openness and your willingness to receive here today. Because in Spirit's eyes, if you're just willing to receive, they want to give, right? So your gift to them is to receive, right? If that makes sense. So anytime you all can just sit with spirit and put some music on or go into meditation and just say, I'm giving you the gift of receiving. How cool is that, right? That's super cool. You are so welcome, Lorraine. You are so, so welcome. So, you know, as we move some of this energy, you know, we're going to just fill the space with serenity. Just serenity, because so much of the responsibility we're going to put with serenity, because that's going to be a beautiful compliment for you. And that makes me very happy. So thank you. Thank you. And Jeffrey is holding space. Thank you, Jeffrey. We love you, Jeffrey. Shannon's giving you love. And Christine is giving you love. Look at all the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody. Miss Riz is getting a little bit tired. So we've been going on about 2 hours. So how about we do this? I'm seeing how many of us, we've got a decent sized group left. How about we do this? We will do a collective group healing all together. Does that sound like a good plan? So I'm just going to feel into, so this is something that we're doing all together. So that means that you're all going to be receiving. But we're also coming in as like a collective channel together too. And we have spirit holding all of us together. And Lorraine is saying thank you to everybody too. She's very grateful for everybody holding space and sending her love. So, okay. So let me see what we're going to work on all together, what spirit would like us to work on. So, okay. Okay. So one thing that they're sharing with me is that when we're under stress, we have a tendency to, and again, this isn't wrong, this is just kind of how we're wired humanly, to see more of what's wrong and less of what's right. And so they're just giving us a gentle reminder to remember what's right in addition to what we would like to change and improve. Does that make sense? So it's just a gentle message there as well. And then I just want to see what's attached to that too. Okay. All right. Okay. And with that, we have this. Okay. And I know this came up when I did the show with Surrey too. Is it's frustration that a lot of people are feeling right now. And there's also, we talked about loneliness. So that's definitely in the play right now. So we're wanting to help to improve, move, clear frustration and loneliness. And again, these aren't bad things, but we would like to improve them so that you actually can live a more comfortable life and create more and have more success in all the different areas of your life. Does that sound good, everybody? So we're going to work on a frustration. And we're going to work on the feeling of being alone and help get our work on that connection. So connection to heart, connection to spirit, connection to humanity, connection to nature, all of this. Does that make sense? So I know most of the time I'm looking up at the ceiling, so I know I'm feeling quite awkward. So, okay. So we're going to work on those two things together too. Okay. And then there's also, and I know this is a little bit of a heavier one for some of you, but there's this feeling of humiliation that Spirit would like to help clear and improve as well too. So this happens when there's been betrayal, when we've been embarrassed, either by something somebody else did upon us, or something that's happened in our life, or something that maybe we helped to create unconsciously or consciously, right? So this feeling of humiliation is actually pretty common. And this is where grace is what we want to come in to be the hand holder of that particular emotion, if that makes sense too. So we're going to work on those three all together. Okay. And so we're just going to take a moment all together and we're going to say, Great Spirit and all of our guides and angels and the Ascended Masters and the Divine Presence and the Holy Spirit, thank you for giving us this beautiful gift as we are open to receive all together here today. So in this prayer and in this container of healing that we are all willing to receive and also be a group channel for ourselves, for each other, and for our community and for our planet, may we work on clearing, improving, and elevating these emotions and replacing them with a feeling of freedom and joy and happiness and awe and wonder at the beauty that created us and that is within us. May we see ourselves as we fully are in our beautiful and blessed light. And when we see us, the reflection around us will surely become more clear. And so may we gain this clarity. May we gain this peace. May we gain our inner glow and allow this glow to shine on all that we come in contact with. There we go. Really good job, everybody. Really, really, really good job. Really good job. Yeah. What a beautiful experience for all of us to share together. So I want to give a thank you to Kelly, who's off with Lynn right now, for allowing me to continue on with the show since she had to go so that we could do some healing work here today. I feel very full in my heart. I feel much love for you. I see Michael Zen's popped in. So hello. I like to call him MZ. He's such a cool guy. And please check him out over on the live stream of consciousness and on Holding Space on the Sacred Spiral Network on Tuesdays. And his live stream show is on Thursdays as well, too. So wonderful man, human being. He also helps out Kelly with Sacred Spiral as well, too. And I want to thank my friend Jeffrey, Shannon, who's still here, Kweezy, Christine, Lorraine, everybody who's still here. Thank you so much for holding space for each other. There's holding space once again, and for yourselves as well, too. So this feeling of being seen, heard, known, loved, and understood non-judgmentally is a huge gift that we can give to ourselves and to each other So God bless us all for doing that. And thank you, Spirit, for all of your help and contributions to this evening. It is now getting close to 5 o'clock in California, and it's starting to get dark. So I'm going to go feed my puppies some dinner now because they're ready. I wish you a happy weekend. And for everybody who's still here, lots of shows next week coming up on the Sacred Spiral Network. And again, if you're in the Southern California area, we have an in-person demonstration in Tustin on Saturday. And For the Love of Spirit Sunday service on Sunday with myself, Kelly Brickle, Nancy Muratala, and Stacia Cherry. And the one and only Fran Pierce is going to be joining us for that Sunday service. So we will have poetry and mediumship and inspired speaking and healing and music as well. And all of the donations, 100%, if you decide you'd like to donate to the service, will go to children's charities and will be doubled by For the Love of Spirit, which is also me. So thank you for that. And that's on mediumjenniferrose.com. If you would like to sign up for that, we would love to see you. And I'm giving you my big hugs, lots of love. And thank you all for being here as well. And with that, then, oh, hi, Stacia. How are you, darling? Thanks for coming. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Stacia. We're just coming to a close now, too. So I got to find, I'm here for you, not for me. Yes, Michael's in. He had Kim Princess on last night. It was so good. And they were talking about manifesting and creating reality. It was awesome. I was so happy to be there. So, but yeah, very happy. Fractal brothers and sisters. I love that. So thanks to you all who are still here. And we will see you all very, very soon on the Sacred Spiral Network. And with that, live well, love you well, like I like to say, and don't forget the love you well part. It's really easy to love everybody else. So don't forget to love you. Have a beautiful weekend. And so all my love to each and every one of you. Take good care, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.